you might remember my last video, I talked about the issue with going into a hobby full on is you tend to run out of space to store stuff. And I was like, well, you don't need to buy everything, you know, start small, blah, 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 and I just don't listen to my own advice. Well, you might notice this thing. It's kind of hard to miss considering it's vibrant orange just above my head. And I decided I was going to take up kayaking. Yeah. And yes, you know, you could go out and rent a kayak, but that's quite expensive, I found out. So I looked it up, and I thought, well, you could buy all the stuff for kayaking secondhand, and it would be about as much as maybe 2 or 3 days out kayaking. So I looked into it, and I spoke to one of my friends, and he had a kayak for sale. And I was like, I could buy a kayak for fairly cheap, and then buy the paddle for fairly cheap. And I basically went through the whole thought process, planned buying everything, and then remembered I own a Ford Fiesta. Not any Ford Fiesta, I own a 1998 Ford Fiesta in purple. And it's not a very big car, and it's the last car anyone would ever plan on using if you were going to do something out and about. You know, if you're going to start doing an adventure kind of sport, you would not buy a Ford Fiesta because it is extremely small. You can't get the car seat in the back of the car for Enya and the pram in at the same time. Well, you can, but it takes a lot of faff, and I had to get rid of my things like the parcel shelf on the car and things. So it's an extremely small car. And what I've done here, this thing, is a ratchet strap, because roof racks are expensive. They're about 70, 80 quid, and even then they tend to be per car. If you want one, a universal kind of one, you can attach to different cars, that is very expensive. So yeah, so I was like, well, I'm not going to buy a roof rack, am I? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use my ingenuity, or stupidity, and basically ratchet strap a 12 16 foot kayak to the roof of my very, very small Ford Fiesta. And then got tyres. I don't know if you can see them on the back. There's like a blue thing hanging down the back. That is actually clipped to the back of the kayak, so I know where the back of it is and to the front of it is. And between them, I can sort of gauge where my kayak is on the roof. Got a roof sunroof as well, which is the kayak's pushing down really hard, which isn't good. But yeah, that's what these are. There's the second one as well. Those are ratchet straps, and they're keeping it strapped to my roof. So yeah, that's one way to move your kayak around. Because, of course, I explained last time that I don't have much space at home, which is why the kayak is being transported to somewhere else it's being stored. Because I don't have the space to store a 12 or 16 foot. I don't have no idea how big it is. It's bigger than my Ford Fiesta, but it's a touch bigger than my Fiesta. And I look like the craziest person ever. And that person, I know that person owns canoes and kayaks. So they're probably a bit like, that's not how you move it. But oh well, that's how I've had to move it because I don't have a choice really. One thing that came up is, Larry mentioned that this is not a kayak, it is a canoe. And I was like, it's not a canoe, it's a kayak. So I googled it, and it turns out a canoe, you kneel down in it, you use a single paddle, and it's open. A kayak, you sit in it, it's closed, and you use a two-thinged paddle, a two-ended, double-ended paddle. But then at the bottom it said you can also get enclosed canoes that you sit in, and you can use 1 or 2 paddles, and you can also get open kayaks that you kneel in, but you use 2 paddles. So basically a canoe and a kayak is basically the same thing. So yeah, basically, impulsive buying. Good, because you get to do lots of different things. Bad, because you basically have to learn how to attach a canoe to the roof of your car without having the proper equipment. Ratchet straps, apparently. But at the same time, it's the time of year that I've chosen to do it. I live in Wales. We're not exactly known for our warm weather. We're generally known for our mountains and, yeah, snowy mountains basically, and cold and rain. So that is one time of year to start taking up a hobby like this. So yeah, basically that's the tale. Also, because I'm 6'2", it does catch on my hair occasionally, and that is annoying. So yeah, basically that was it. That's that. Impulsiveness is good, but also, you know, well, I learnt new things. I wanted 2015 to be a year where I learned things, and I've learned quite a bit just in the few days of putting this thing up. thankfully there's someone in front of me driving really slow, so it's not me that's holding up traffic, it's there. Although it is completely me. I'm trying to take like back roads and things so I don't hold people up, because it's very annoying. But yeah, basically that is that. I bought a kayak in winter in Wales when I own a Ford Fiesta. Suitability all around there. Anyway guys, I'll see you all soon for something better filmed than me and this. Hopefully, me and the kayak. That'd be fantastic for me to be able to get out in the next week or so. Anyway, bye bye. See you all soon. Bye guys.